Hi guys, welcome back to the 10-minute playlist where we're on the road to 2000. I've just come off beating a 2100, what's it called, Oscar bot, and I've just been out for a run, so I'm feeling really good. So, should get a win here today. Feeling energized. Do we take in the center? Does it matter? I think we do. We don't want them taking me and giving me a weird structure. So I'm going to Fianchetto this bishop and then think about what to do. If queen here, we just block with a bishop. I think we're all right. Hope you're all well, guys, by the way. And I know only 20% of you are subscribed, so if you want to see me sing a song about chess, that's what I'm going to do if I hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, guys. So, I mean, that just opens up the beautiful dark square complex for my bishop, doesn't it? I don't get that move. I really don't understand that. So now if I take, they bring another pawn towards the center. Probably not best. If here, they go here. How best to proceed, guys? If here, can they push? We take. I really don't want to block in this dark square bishop. Do we break here? Takes this, but then this pawn might be a little bit weak. I think probably best move is to develop the knight. We've got to think about this pawn and what we're doing with this other knight, though. That's the thing. So if here, they're going to come target this square here. So I might actually block with a knight. What if they come add more pressure? It's not actually doing anything, is it? I can just kick the bishop. The bishop can take. We recapture. We've got three defenders. Or four. Four. We're not worried about the bishop coming. If knight jumps in, I don't think I care. I'm just going to get castled though, so I'm out of any trouble with this queen. And then maybe we'll play this to restrict the bishop. Guys, I'm honestly feeling like... Yeah, so we're going to do that anyway. I'm feeling like making a proper push at my all-time high score. I feel like I'm ready to do it. Because when I hit that score, I was playing like one 10-minute game. Because I'm way better at 10-minute than 5-minute. And then I was like having a break, having a snack. And then going back to it, I was like making sure my brain was working well. So if here, they're going to sack for 2 pawns. So here, takes. Oh no. Takes, and they win my rook. So maybe we hit the queen. Hit the queen? Or if this takes, I don't see how that helps my position. It just gives me double pawns. I think hit the queen, and then somehow try and build for this move. Maybe if I move the bishop after, I'll be able to play that big pawn break. They've still not got castled, so maybe I'll look to break in the center, but they are one move away. So if this now takes, the same thing applies. The queen takes the rook. If we play like this, we threaten to double their pawns if they castle. And we're also threatening to play this. Because if takes, our rook is defended. So let's go for that. I've seen a few of you saying in the comments you really enjoy these 10-minute ones here in my thought process. That's really encouraging because I wasn't sure. I'm just realizing, what am I doing? This pawn's hanging. Why didn't I take the pawn? Yeah, that's annoying. Because that central pawn is almost just winning. Because then this pawn's on its own, it's going to fall. Okay, I mean, it's still hanging. So we've got another chance here to take this backwards pawn. Also unleashes our bishop. This knight is somewhat susceptible to this pawn push, so I think I'm going to take like this. If takes, we open up the bishop. Although if this, we do open up the bishop here, but then queen just takes. So I think this way. Maybe? Don't see why not. Also, this is looking pretty weak now. Could do like a takes, and then take the pawn while hitting the queen with the bishop. Looks really nice. Winning both central pawns would be completely winning. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what sort of videos you like on my channel, because I guess there's a few subscribers that just watch the bot videos, and then a few that like the 10-minute climbs and stuff. Yeah, I'm wanting to do a climbing the rating ladder playlist where it's like me starting off from like rank 500 and climbing all the way up, and talking about the mistakes people make at different ranges and stuff like that. But I feel a bit bad. I feel like I'm just what do you call it? Like milking the weaker players. So if takes, we get takes, and this, except bishop covers this square in that case. What if we just go takes? They take, we get this. Or what if just back, keeping the bishop on the board? I feel like there's something here though, isn't there? This. Yeah. Oh, that does work, because even though the bishop's hitting us, we're hitting the queen twice. And does the queen have any good moves there? I don't think so. So bosh, 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 bosh. Bosh, hitting the queen twice. Queen probably goes like back. And then we just move the knight and we've just won another pawn. Or do we do it in this order? I think this is probably simplest. Okay, so just to double check, now we're in the position. This hits the queen twice. I don't see what the queen can do there. Don't take the knight. Okay, so they're hitting this weak pawn. Nah, so they do get something out of it. Unless I can... I mean, this defends the knight, but it... Oh, this? Oh, this? They take, we take... I think this, it looks a little bit weird, but we're just getting in the way with our... Ah, but then this bishop's super strong. Yeah, that won a pawn, but it was only temporary, wasn't it? Wait, their king's just in the center. Why don't we just go after him? If this, maybe, yeah, I think a check's probably good, just to defense here. Well, it's still hit twice, isn't it? Actually, no, that was just an awful move, because now our queen's hit as well. Yeah, I should have thought about that one a bit more. Because now we're just straight up losing the knight. I don't know if this, they go this, we get this at least. They get this, we take. Maybe there's some play to be had here. We lost a piece, but we're gonna get 3 pawns for the piece. They might win this pawn, but I don't think so, because we're gonna win this and then have pressure on the rook. They have to take the queen, I think. Or do they? I assumed they would take the queen. No, they don't have to. They can take with the bishop. And that's much more simple for them, actually. Oh, that. I didn't even consider that. Yeah, and just take the knight at the end. And now we've got doubled pawns. But here it's another bit of an overextended move, because after this, we've just got this hanging, this hanging. Maybe we actually defend. So now we're just down a piece, but up 2 pawns. But, you know, yeah, it's not really felt, because these pawns are double isolated. So here, sort of prepares to double here, maybe. Although it falls victim to this. But then we just push, but then they take. Yeah, a lot of mistakes from myself. Guy's playing pretty well. Does check do anything if he... not really. If check. If this, putting pressure on the bishop. I think they're just going to play this, though. Looks good. So it just wins this pawn. Yeah, he win the pawn. I'm trying to kick the bishop away from the defense of this pawn to try and generate something. Yeah, they play it as well. So if takes, do we have anything there? We've got check. We've got check here. I'm not sure what that does. I mean, this pawn's useless anyway. I'm not too bothered. If here they're hitting the rook at the end of it, so maybe this. I don't know. We've got to get the bishop, rook working together, maybe try and win a pawn or two. Get back in the game. We're definitely worse right now. This guy's playing really well. Like, not even just being greedy and taking the piece, just looking to constrict my position. That doesn't allow this check, but what if this check, it just pushes them over? This, if we could ever kick the bishop, then we'd have tactics like the rook and bishop synergizing, but I just don't see it. I don't know, all the way back. No, this falls. Everything's just... You know what? That was so bad going into this position. I really thought this was all like just winning a pawn. Back here. After takes, I just thought, bosh. Take the pawn with just 2 pawns open, we should be fine. But honestly, they had so much counterplay here. That was weak, this is weak. And that was such a bad move. That was a massive blunder. When you got one piece hanging, don't hang another piece, guys. I don't know, give it a check, something. It's completely over. And this, I know this guy's the sort of player that can close out a position. He's playing really well, like constricting moves. So if this, does that help? Or this? You don't want to let them bring their other rook and get connected, and that'll be very simple for them. Want to try and keep tempo in them and maybe make something happen. That's what you got to do, guys, in these positions. So if here, protects in the pawn, but it's very passive. If this, if takes, it corrects my structure. I'd be very happy with that, although they just take here. Maybe we have to defend the pawn first. But yeah, it's getting too passive, guys. They've now got this. Oh, and yeah, of course, both pawns are hanging. There's just nothing for me. I mean, defend the bishop. I mean, that's covering this square, that's covering this square. The position is so solid, it's just, I've got nothing. This to give the king some space. Got 1 minute left to try and cause some mischief. Yeah, and they're just coming in on the 7th. Just extremely solid. You got to try and trade off, do something. I've not even got any squares to go to. Like, their position is so dominant. I don't even know what I'd do. This is not actually doing anything, but that's all I've got. Yeah, no, they're bringing the king. This guy has played really well. Let's resign. I don't think he's made a mistake. I played awful. What was my accuracy there? It was really bad. 60, maybe? 70. He played 93. He did play really well. He made 3 mistakes, though. Wait. What were the mistakes? That move wasn't great. And here, I was better. This did nothing. This pressure here. What? It was saying this was good, because after takes... What's my move? Hit the queen. Then win the piece. Can the queen not go here? Then what? Oh, yeah, the knight defend. Okay, the knight hits the queen and defends the rook. I get it. I see. So, we didn't find that in between move. That was better. This was honestly such a bad transformation of the structure. This was so bad. When you've got one piece hanging, don't hang another piece. And from then it was just completely lost. And the guy did a really solid job here of just not giving me anything. You know, this square was covered, this square was covered. The rooks came and doubled and went on the 7th rank, and there's nothing to be done. That's how you clean up a game, guys. Let me get into another one. I'm annoyed at that. At the beginning of the video, I was like, I'm going to take a break in between games and not get annoyed. Right. Why is my connection really bad? Okay. So, I've been playing some Caro-Kann. I'm not exactly sure how to play it, but I know that this is a move. You break here, and then you push and try and take this pawn. If they go like this, can we do like an undermining move like that? I think. It's what you do in like Queen's Gambit positions when they accept the pawn. Is this like a reverse Queen's Gambit accepted? They go like that? I think so. The Caro. We love it. So this is a pawn break in the position, and then that was the other one. The one we just played. Bosh. It's the 2 pawn breaks to remember in the Caro. But they can put a bit of pressure on. I don't know why they're thinking so much. So they're not holding on to the pawn. So this is a threat now to go like this. If here, and takes, they take my rook at the end. So we've got to capture this quick. We can't delay, I don't think. And now we've got a nice bit of pressure here, actually. So like we can develop maybe like this. When they move their dark square bishop, I'm going to go bang, threatening this pawn at the same time. If I do it now, they can just defend the pawn. Oh, sorry, this pawn. How though? I guess with a queen. So let's just play a slow move. Get ready to castle. I'm praying they develop this dark square bishop. This move looks really nice. And then also this knight jump into this square seems really good. They're just preparing to castle, I think. You know, if I castle, it might make them think about castling and castle. So, I'm not going to castle. I'm going to play this. I want to induce this sort of move. Ah, they didn't play it. Okay, alright, we just castle then. We just have a normal game. If takes, I'm very happy. I open up my rook, maybe. Or take towards the center. I think either way is good. If take towards the center, I'd probably want to play this, and after takes, move my king into a cubbyhole in order to slide the rook onto this open file. Taking this way is a bit more natural. Saves the re-maneuvering of the king. Of this, it hit my bishop. I mean, that's pretty much the only move, isn't it? Slide back. This bishop's not great, is it? What am I doing with this knight? Do I pressure the center? I think I do. Let's go after this pawn, because in order to reinforce it, they're going to have to move the knight, and it's a bit uncomfortable. So 2 attackers, 2 defenders. We can add 1 more. They can add 1, 2 more. So we're just relying on them blundering, really. They can defend it if they play correct. So we go after it with a queen. Okay, so they're just defending it. If this now and takes, we take this way. The dark square bishop is pretty strong in that case, isn't it? I'm not sure what to do. This. I think I've got to break, even though it does make this bishop really strong. I could even take like this, and then tuck the king away. But then this bishop is even more strong. No, I think take like this, and then somehow try and trade this bishop off. Maybe get bishop out here, and I don't know. My bishops are much worse than theirs. I'm realizing. This looks interesting, to take a square away from this bishop, also preparing this little reroute coming in with the queen. But I have to check here. They just run, but should be good for us. Oh, now they give us double isolated pawns. Okay. But I've also got open files to attack now. So this pawn is held by the bishop. I want to play this. And that just corrects my structure. I almost want to take with a rook. And then just take this and damage the structure, except queen takes. I should probably keep my pawns together, shouldn't I? But it's really tempting not to. They shouldn't have given away this dark square bishop and allowed me. That's just an awful move. Really bad, guys. Like, not only getting me to correct my doubled pawns, trading off their most powerful piece for just an average knight. Abysmal. Sorry, complex. It was, guys. Sorry. Feel mean, but all right. So this, if here doesn't work, we take. If here, we take. If here, they've put the rook on an awkward square. This is still a threat, though. Do we go like this with the king? Is that weird? It looks a little weird. What if we just start storming? But then they get queen in. If here, queen in, here. Have they actually got any checks? I don't think they do. Let's get wild, guys. Come on. Oh, and then come in with the queen. Okay. If this... Yeah. So hopeful queen hitting that rook. So what? Yeah, actually, I don't really like this plan anymore now I've seen it on the board. This queen move looks a bit uncomfortable, but this, if queen comes in, we just kick her out. This check, but we take. I think this is okay. Pawn still covers this square. I want to play like this. Go after this king. All this looks really interesting as well. Bosch, but then here. That looks disgusting for us. Yeah, we've got to make something happen here, guys. It's unclear who is the aggressor. What about just this? What does that knight even do? Is that knight now trapped? Bosch? All the squares are taken away. The knight's just trapped. Unless king comes in. Oh, sorry, queen. In which case... Yeah, I don't really have a plan. What if here... That's not working, is it? If this and this... I just want to counterattack, but I'm not quite seeing it. If this, though, and queen comes in, then I get this, winning the knight. Something like that, innit? Something to do with winning this knight, surely. Oh, the pawn just covers. Okay. We come after this pawn, maybe? If this, it looks very comfortable for us. This. But then the rook comes into this square. I think we're just losing. If this takes, that looks to really clarify the position. Actually, that looks really nice. We just got an open file to go attack. And I don't see where their attack is in that case. With our king being on that nice square. Maybe check, but then back here and... Oh, and over than this. Go back here. Yeah, so I'm going to go for this, guys. Get the open file. And start charging in at their king. Bosch, Bosch, Bosch. 3 moves and I'm threatening mate. Does this check? If push leaves his pawn weak, but do we care? They're coming after my queen. I wanted to play this anyway. If here, do we care? Oh no, but they can trade the queens now. Oh no, we do that, like we say. But this is also nice because we get this move. Hitting the knight, and then once the knight moves, then we get this. So it's not quite as tempo-y now. This. And then Bosch. What do they do? Create an escape square, but looks very awkward. In fact, this pawn's pinned, isn't it? There's going to be a desperation check coming soon, but I think that's too slow. Look at this. So let's just make sure they've not got anything. Check here. Nothing. Bosh. Look at that coordination, guys. We love it. I mean, that's just a cowardly move, isn't it? If check here, there's this check. It looks brutal. The fact that we get to bring another piece just looks winning. Surely. That not working. Let's just make sure we don't give them a way to like block and attack my piece. Like, you know, if this did work, that would put an end to my attack. So now if this, we're threatening this. This, are we threatening anything more than that? This? Probably just take the pawn, right? They've not got anything. They can't even check me with the queen anymore, so I think we're just crashing through now. Is that a threat? This pawn's pinned, but still the rook just takes. Like, what do we do? How do we come in? They need to defend this pawn, really. I think that's their priority. Maybe rook up here. Trying to get this in. If here... Maybe they're okay. But then we get this. Here. You just look really active. That just seems massively greedy. That seems so greedy, right? So if this... anything better than that? I don't think so. Let's just grab the pawn. They can't intercept because this covers, so they got to step away with the king. Luckily, they don't have this winning the rook. What if this check, though, looks lovely? They might... So they're going to sack the rook. They're going to... I feel like they're not going to sack the rook. I think they're greedy. If this, they get this, skewering the king and rook. So if here, that looks like their safest square. If this, have they got a check? Ooh, we don't want to allow that check, do we? So here, hitting the rook. Here, threatening to come in. Oh. We don't want to... Wait, no, this isn't in play. We just come in with the rook, right? Well, this... Wait, we've got 1 minute 50. Let's not mess this up. This rook goes here, we get this. So we're winning that rook. Okay. Yeah. Let's hit the rook. I don't see what they've got. If this, we take. They take. We go back. God, I put out a lot of content today. I might save this for tomorrow, actually. But yeah, this is the day I beat the 2100 bot, guys. So I've done like a 40-minute video, and then like another 10-minute one, and then this, which should be like 40 minutes again. So yeah, move that rook, and then I can activate my light square bishop and take your rook. That'd be nice. This prepares this. Skewering the king and queen. If this... I don't see what they have. Although if this square is now available for checks, so I've got to beware. I can't hold on to the rook, and I don't see how they generate any counterplay here. They've just got nothing. It's like me in that last game. If this... Is this a threat? Because if... Takes... I get... No, I don't get that, because the pawn blocks the bishop here. So if takes... They take... Gives them an awful structure. Should we just take the rook or do this? Probably just take the rook. We're up a bit of material. This, they've got an awful structure, but then what if they throw in check? I go here. We've not got any more checks. We should be alright. So if queen here, check here, and nothing for them. And now we're looking pretty active. So I didn't see anything after this. Right? And now we can trade queens. And we're all just up a few pawns. And we were hitting this as well. So hopefully a check's going to come in useful. Bosh. We're just going to push this pawn. That's the plan. We've got 1 minute left. I'm just preparing myself. It's easier if you just got a plan, guys. So if bosh, 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 we just push this pawn. Is there anything better than that? I don't think so. This should be all right. And this one's going to come and help me. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? This doesn't look good. It's just about holding on. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It looked very dodgy. We've got time to come over this way. I don't know if we have. I don't see what they do. But they could move the rook now, actually. If this takes here, they get this move, winning the pawn. So here, trying to win these pawns. Bosh. If here, do I go here? I think so. Oh no, he's going after my rook. But this. And then he cannot take. He's got to like run away. Here. And then should be winning. Should be winning, guys. Yes. Alright, nice. Bosh. Okay, we cut the king off. Got 28 seconds. Very nice. And a cheeky little bad boy there. Oh, that was a that was a thingy for a second. A stalemate. Right. So what happened here? We didn't play very well either game there. Got under a bit of time pressure. Hopefully the blunders were at the end. We can blame on the time pressure. Right. We played that. It was all book move. I'm proud of that. I've learnt something in the Caro-Kann. And then this queen move wasn't good. And this whole thing where they took here, I think was pretty bad for me. But then this move was like abysmal. Like, it's not a blunder, it's just a mistake. But I mean, it's a trade. And that move was really bad. This whole thing of letting the queen in, I said, it's just so bad. Oh, but this is pinned. So I could have gone for this. Wow. What a move. Protecting the pawn, playing off the pinned pawn, threatening all sorts of stuff with the bishop and queen. Wonder if it says this sack was good. Literally, there was a hanging piece. And I was so worried about the queen coming in, I just sacked. Still says I'm good. That wasn't best. Oh. Ow. Literally. Reverse the move order, guys. If in doubt, I was starting to get a bit low on time, but still, like, I should have found that. Yeah, I knew this bishop was coming in the future, but reverse the move order. If that, their only move is this, here. And queen sack here. Rook sack here. Because if they go here, it's just mate. So that would have made things a lot simpler. But we won enough material here to seal the deal. So that damaged their structure. Went for the queen trade. Had the end game confidence, guys. And here I was like, oh no, am I losing this pawn? And then I found that move, and I think it all held together. And I said, I think they could have moved the rook a bit. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I know it's a long one, guys. Let me know if it's too long, if I should stick to like 20-minute videos or what. But if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching to the end. I'll see you next time. Cheers.